Good morning. This is Bethesda Star. It's April 5th, 2020. On Cape Cod beach. It's the ocean side, but we're on an inlet. It's a beautiful day. It's gray, but it's not heavy. The energy is really light, and instead of many shades of gray, there's some silver and blue. It's quite beautiful. As I was walking on the beach earlier, even, I had a sense of being at camp when I was young, 9 or 10. I went to Camp Betsy Cox in Vermont. It was a Christian Science camp, and I really loved it. It was gardening and horses and swimming, but my body was feeling that age, and walking along the lake there in Vermont, because I think the earth is resetting. I think it's going back to a more pristine time. And my body's feeling it this morning, feeling a reset. There's lots and lots of birds singing. Absolutely pristine. There's nobody here, which isn't that surprising, but I did see people out with dogs earlier. It's about 45 degrees, maybe 50. It feels uncomfortable. So I feel a purification of the earth is already happening. One thing I wanted to talk about today is a man who was surfing, paddle boating in Malibu recently, Malibu Beach, which is absolutely beautiful. I was at the spot where he was filmed by camera crews, I guess CBS or somebody. And the point of talking about him was that the media and this whole coronavirus coverage has maybe gone from benevolent, maybe at one point, where they're trying to preserve our health and uplift us, although that would be a stretch to say the media was ever doing that. Maybe the health organizations were, but it's gone from benevolent to malevolent. When you see a man all alone out in the ocean, not too far, I mean, he was still by the dock, the famous dock in Malibu, who was suddenly surrounded by police, or they would be called Coast Guard, all alone. There's also police all along in the parking lot in Malibu, and it's all about this one man peacefully paddling around in the ocean by himself. So what the media is doing is they're starting to criminalize being in nature. So ordinarily we look at, a man, peacefully paddling around offshore, and it's a happy, pleasant scene. We relate to it. We want to be doing it maybe. Now all of a sudden you think of that man and he's surrounded by huge Coast Guard ships. I mean, he looked a little dwarfed in comparison to the ships, or boats, I guess. They were big. They weren't like a little motorboat. They were Coast Guard. 2 of them around him. And police waiting for him on shore. So now we're looking at him in this situation, and he's looking like a criminal, right? In just, paddling around, not hurting anyone, no one around him, and suddenly he's a criminal. So what that's doing to our brains is associating, first of all, nature with crime and being out of the house as crime. So neither one of those things are a crime on this planet. It's our planet. It does not belong to the CDC, to the government, to CNN, to MSNBC, and these are the people projecting these images on you. So I do agree, yes, we're doing some important things. I think sanitizing, and I make my own. If you read some of the ingredients of the sanitizers that you buy at the grocery store and you look up in the ingredients, there's a couple, or maybe all of them, I don't know, that have an ingredient in there that are, they're cancer causing. So you need to make your own if you really want to be uplifting your vibration and protecting your body, or you find a natural one. You do have to have a percentage of alcohol, a high percentage of alcohol. And I'm using about, I think it's 190 proof grain alcohol mixed with witch hazel. And then I also use lemon, orange, and sage essential oil. So, and I spray it, my hands, and you know, whatever, my phone, whatever. And you're also clearing the energy field around you if there's sage in there. So yes, there are some important things we're doing. Social distancing, a little disturbing. From a doctor that I listened to yesterday, it's actually a hypothetical that 6 feet is the amount we need to be apart. Nobody knows. So first of all, it's not really scientific, social distancing. And the word social is a little bit disturbing because we are social people. We're social animals. We like to see other humans and say hello and hug or kiss, or, you know, just be in the same vicinity. So social distancing is very anti-human. So I'm not saying I'm discouraging it. I'm just saying be very careful of the words and the images you're absorbing and what they could be doing to you as a human. This is our planet. We need to make the decisions for ourselves. We can't acquiesce to these authority figures, especially when they pass from benevolence to malevolence. And in my opinion, one man alone in a paddle boat in the ocean is not a crime. And nobody is ever going to convince me it is. And I hope that nobody ever convinces you that it is. Nature is healing. There's spirits in everything you see. There's cloud spirits, there's water spirits, there's spirits of trees, and they're all here for humanity. They all have healing medicine. So when you're being encouraged not to be in nature, you're being encouraged to be ill, to be unhealthy. And within the context of everything I'm saying, there are, of course, exceptions. You know, right now you probably wouldn't want to be on a beach that is covered with people. But generally speaking, if you're seeing anything on the media, and I've seen a lot, in the UK, there's a police there that put black dye into a place called the Blue Lagoon so people wouldn't go there. They're following people on the beach in the UK with drones, just to, you know, monitor, you know, to intimidate you from being outside, because there's nothing unhealthy about going for a walk on the beach with your dog. In fact, it's very healthy. The earth herself is a loving being and is sending love up to you. You know, the air, the sun. There was a man who, David Icke's son, David Icke is another activist writer. His son took his dog for a walk way out in the country, nobody else around. And he was followed by the police and told that it wasn't necessity. So it's time to kind of take back our planet, you know, within reason. You are the authority. You have This is our planet. This is our Earth. Follow your heart. Follow your intuition. You know, use common sense. But categorically, you know, if you're being told not to be in nature, that is malevolent, with exceptions, of course. So make decisions, daily decisions based on your intuition and what you know is right. So those were the couple of things I wanted to talk about. Was the man on the paddle boat in Malibu. Social distancing, be aware of that word. There's malevolence in that. I don't discourage you from doing it, but just be aware of that word, that phrase. And I've also been encouraging people to send hearts or send love to someone next to you in the grocery line. Don't send negative energy. Don't send fear energy. Don't send hate, because they're, 4.5 feet and not 6 feet away from you. More damage is done by sending anger. You're going to hurt people's energy fields. And that's what's protecting you right now. Part of it. I mean, there's many levels. The physical level is like the sanitizer, but the energetic level is what keeps it even further away if you have protection there. And if people are sending hate and anger in the grocery store line, then that's completely counterproductive. And it's an amazing time to be out on the earth, because it's cleaning up and clearing. It feels like energetically. There was a global shamanic healing, or I call it shamanic. Other people call it a meditation. And I can feel it, but I think it's a general shift in the surface of the planet. Show you where I'm standing. So have a great day, and full moon is coming up April 7th. It's what the natives call a pink moon. I believe there's a flower in bloom at that time that's pink. And I will be doing a live broadcast on that day. I'm not sure what time, but just check in. I'll probably put it underneath this video what time. April 7th is the full moon. Lots of love. Bye.